Hello guys, welcome to today's video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to build Santa's sleigh and reindeers. So if you join me, let's get started. The first thing I am going to do is I'm going to filter out the building pieces that I will be needing, and which they will be Anarchy Acres, Log Cabin, Salty Seaport, and Utility. I forgot to click on it in the beginning, but you're gonna need a piece from Utility. Then I am going to go to Acres Thin Floor 04. I know I used the wrong piece, but you could use 04 or you could use any kind of floor that you would like. Just try to adjust it to make sure it fits the roof. And then I am going to go to the Acres railing and use the corner piece. That's going to be the base of the sleigh. And I'm going to do it 1 over, so forward 1 little slot, and then after that I am going to be doing the same thing in the front, but it's going to be 2 slots forward, backwards instead of 1. After you've done that, you should have something that looks like this. If you need to pause the video, you could go ahead and pause it, but now I'm going to go to Thin Floor 03. Then I'm going to go ahead and align it to the railing instead of the bottom piece, and I'm going to use 3 of those, and you could just use a snap lock filter to go ahead and snap the 2 other pieces into place. And then after that, I'm going to go back to Thin Floor 01 and then go ahead and attach it to the front. Now you should have something that looks kind of like a sled, which you could put some of those around your village, but that's going to be the base of our sleigh. Now we're going to go to the Acres walls, and we're going to use the half wall and use the Acres corner, the first one. That one I feel like has the most red, so it would be perfect for Santa's sleigh. Now you have to move the wall piece a little bit down so it looks like it's curving. I did end up breaking mine because I did not like the placement of it, but you could go ahead and do yours however you want. I personally feel like a little bit higher would have been better, but I didn't really notice it until afterwards. Now I ended up moving the front piece a little bit higher. That way, like I said before, it looks a little bit curved, but as you'll see is I ended up breaking it and correcting it. This is going to be the hardest part out of the entire build, is just figuring out where you want your wall placement. Other than that, it's easy, I guess. Not easy, but simple. I guess I did not end up keeping the curve, but I did end up go ahead and snap locking so I could do the front, but I moved it over 1, and now I'm just going to put 4 pieces in the front to add the front of the sleigh. After that, it's pretty easy. As you could see, you'll see that now that you have most of the pieces down in place, you could just snap lock them and transfer it over to the next side, so you don't have to be struggling like you did in the beginning. So this is what your Santa sleigh should end up looking like. After that, I'm gonna go back into utilities and add one of the pieces, the little small, the first one, I forgot what it was called, and go ahead and add one of those, and then go back to the floor 01 and add that as well. We are going to be adding a chair afterwards, so that way you could sit and it's kind of functional. It won't move, but it will be like cute to sit up there, pretend you're Santa, I don't know. But yeah, you'll see me deciding if I do end up wanting it too high up, like 2 pieces of floor high up, but I ended up deciding against it because I feel like the chair already has its height. I'll end up putting the chair later. I couldn't decide which one I wanted. And then now we're just gonna go ahead and get started and start building our reindeer. It'll be fun. For our reindeer, we're gonna need to go to the railing and just try to figure out where you can place it, because I was having a hard time figuring out the right placement for it. And then I finally found it, and then see how far you want it from the sleigh. That is all up to you. I really don't know how far I did mine, but you could count how many paces I went forward. I think that was 3. I'm not sure. And then we're gonna go to the floor piece 2 and then go ahead and line that up, because that's gonna be the body of our reindeer, and it's gonna be just 2 pieces. After that, I am gonna do it too high up, so it's gonna be 2 floor pieces up, but I'm gonna add the rest of the legs first. Now that we have that, that's what it looks like. It looks like a table, but I promise it looks better afterwards. Then we're gonna, like I said before, we're gonna do 2 high up and snap that into place, and then we're gonna go over 1, and then we're gonna do that one 3 high up. And then for the head, it's gonna be also over 2, but we're gonna do 3 high up as well. I did forgot to mention that we're gonna be doing the medium thin piece, the first one for the head. And so it should look like this. This is what you should end up looking like. I know it looks a little funky, but we're gonna add the railing piece and make the antlers of the reindeer, and that's gonna be 1 forward but all the way to the side. And then you're gonna try to just get it up a little bit so it could look like, I don't know what it's called, but yeah, so then that's what it could look like. It looks like a reindeer now, at least a weird looking one, but it's cute. And then now we're just gonna add a little tail, because every reindeer needs a tail. Now I'm gonna try to add another reindeer, and I do want it to be higher up than the one that we have previously, so it could look like they're flying. And I went ahead and put down a floor, and now I'm using, just any half wall piece to attach the next floor piece that I'm gonna be using. And just as the last reindeer, we're gonna use floor 02 and, do the same exact steps. So I will just go ahead and fast forward it, that way you could see. And also, because you're gonna also see, but it's gonna be fast forwarded, sorry. I'm gonna do another reindeer, so there's gonna be 3, and it's gonna be a full floor piece, a full wall piece higher, so that way they could go like one's higher than the other. It looks like it's taking off, but as for the reindeer, it's all the same steps. You could pause it and look to see how I did it, but it's pretty easy. I did have a bit trouble getting the other floor piece attached, so I did end up making it a little bit higher than I wanted to. The other roof that I had done before previously in my other world was the acres roof, because it's white and it looks like snow to me, like snow's on top. But yeah, as you can see, I had a little bit of trouble putting it together, but I ended up figuring it out and it worked perfectly fine. As long as, the reindeer looks like it's lifted up from the roof and it looks like it's flying, you'll be fine. We're gonna attach it all together later. And don't worry, all the ugliness, like the wall pieces and the floors, are gonna be taken off. So it's just gonna be the reindeers floating. You'll see soon.
I guess I really don't know what Christmas is all about. Isn't there anyone who knows what Christmas is all about? I can tell you what Christmas is all about. Chestnuts roasting, Jack Frost nipping at your nose. So I'm offering a simple phrase. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you. Chestnuts roasting, Jack Frost nipping at your nose. So I'm offering a simple phrase. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you.
So this is what it should end up looking like. It looks like the reindeers are flying, we're gonna have the Christmas spirit. Now I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna add the chair. I ended up finding out that the bigger couches didn't fit. I honestly wanted the bigger couch, but it's fine. So I ended up using a smaller couch. But then you could go ahead and add whichever couch you want, honestly. I used a darker color one, that way it could look match the wood. And I tried to add Rudolph's nose, and that one didn't work. So then I went to the tomato one, which I felt like it looked like the best one that you could do. So I ended up going with that one. It looks pretty awesome if you ask me. And then there we go. That's your completed Santa sleigh. And I do end up getting some build inspiration, as you'll see in like later on, of, I think it's called The Modernist on YouTube. She does amazing Christmas builds, so you should definitely I called her a she. I don't know why I think The Modernist is a she. I don't know. I think she's a she, okay? I'm sorry. So Modernist, if you're out there and you end up watching this, I am so sorry if you're not a she, but I've been calling you a she this whole time. But you do amazing builds, and that's what I was trying to get to. So I'll link her video down below of where I got the idea for the Christmas presents you're about to see. But yeah, they're freaking amazing builds that she does, and honestly inspired me to do my own builds. But this is what it ends up looking like once you add more decorations, more lights, add Christmas trees, and decorate a little bit, make it more festive. And this is what it looks like in my hardcore world. I had added one previously before. This is a different village. If you would like a tutorial on how I build these builds, you just let me know in the comments. Bye.